let's talk about summarizing. Today we are going to learn how 5 words can help us summarize what we read and why summarizing is important. Summarizing means we take the main ideas from what we read and put those ideas into our own words. I'm sure you've done this many times with books, movies, and TV shows. Sometimes summarizing can be difficult for 2 reasons. Number 1, it may be hard to decide what ideas are important. And number 2, it may be hard to put those ideas into our own words. Why is summarizing important? It's super important because it helps you really think about what you've read. If you can create a good summary, that means you have a good understanding of what you read. And if you have a good understanding, you know that really helps your comprehension. On the other hand, if you're having a hard time summarizing what you read and you can't remember who wanted to do something or what was going on, that means you need to go back and reread a section. How do we summarize effectively? To create a quality fiction summary, ask yourself about these 5 things. Somebody wanted, but so then. Somebody refers to the main character or group of people involved. Wanted refers to what the character wants or is trying to do. But refers to the problem with somebody getting what they want. So refers to what is being done about the problem or what is happening to keep this a problem. Then refers to how the selection ended. Did it end the way the somebody wanted things to end, or did it end differently? Thinking about somebody wanted, but so then will help us pull the main details from the text. To create a quality nonfiction summary, ask yourself about these 5 things: who, what, when, where, and why. Who refers to the person, group of people, or even an organization involved. What refers to what the somebody is doing. When refers to the time period when this is happening. Pay attention to any dates, words like first, last, or words like original. Where refers to where all of the action is taking place. Why refers to why this is happening. What is the cause of what is happening or will happen? Let's practice. After going over the answers to the prefix quiz, Miss May told the students to put their quizzes in their folder. And remember, the grade is only between you, your parents, and me. No one else should see your grade. Hey, Kev, what did you get? Asked Tyler. Elizabeth, let me see what you got. Both students ignored Tyler as they put their quizzes away. Tyler kept his out and held it up proudly to his group members. Look at that, a 100%. What can't I do? I got an A on my math test yesterday and dominated our dodgeball game in gym this morning. I am awesome. So we can tell this is a fiction story. So we need to ask ourselves first, who wants something? Miss May is the one who wants something. What does she want? All right, she wants her students to put their quizzes in their folder. But but they aren't to share their score with anyone but her and their parents. So most students followed Miss May's instructions. Then, what happened then? Then Tyler asked kids about their scores and bragged about his. Can you see how we summarize that story? Now let's try a nonfiction selection. The last two men to walk on the moon were Eugene Cernan and Harrison Schmitt in 1972. Because the moon has no atmosphere and no wind, all of the footprints they left are still there, even after more than 40 years. In addition to his footprints, Cernan also left his daughter's initials. According to Cernan, I took a moment to kneel and with a single finger scratched Tracy's initials, TDC, in the lunar dust, knowing those three letters would remain there undisturbed for more years than anyone could imagine. Okay, remember, we're asking different questions because this is a different kind of passage. This is nonfiction. It's informational text. So the first thing we need to ask ourselves is who? Who is this about? Well, it's about the last two men to walk on the moon. What is this about? Well, their footprints and some initials are still on the moon. When did they leave the footprints? In 1972. Where is this happening? It's happening on the moon. Why are the footprints still there? Because the moon has no atmosphere. See, when we've asked ourselves those 5 questions, we've summarized this nonfiction selection. Here's a recap of what we've learned. Summarizing means we think about certain questions that help us understand what we read. Summarizing helps us when we are reading both fiction and nonfiction selections. Summarizing is super important, so we need to make a habit of it every time we read. When we read fiction, we need to answer somebody wanted, but so then questions. And when we read nonfiction, we need to answer who, what, when, where, and why questions. Congratulations! You have leveled up your reading skills.